We have to welcome in studio, and I think this is the first time I want to say I've seen this man. I want to say like maybe 15 months.
Yeah.
Something like that. Cardon Ellis from UNIPEST. I was telling Cardon off air that, I live in Stevenson Ranch, and I'm on the Nextdoor app. They were talking about an uptick in rats. Like I've never seen a rat in Stevenson Ranch. Maybe near a maybe. Yeah. Okay. And now it's becoming a problem, and people are asking, hey, do you have rats in your neighborhood? Do you have them in your yard? Do you have them? And I'm like, what is happening right now? Because I don't know if you know this about me. I'm not a big fan of rats, Cardon. I don't know if you know that about me.
Yeah. Are you slightly myriophobic? That's
So,
the term.
Myriophobic?
Myriophobic.
I am queen myriophobic, okay? So what's going on, man?
Okay, well, it's a combination of many factors, but to be honest with you, in a nutshell, most of the rodenticides over the past 3 or 4 years that were probably the most popular and the most common have basically just been outlawed.
Okay, wait a minute. You got to talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old. What is a
rodenticide is the different types of baits and products. I mean, for lack of a better term, we used to call it poison. You know what I'm saying? But we've always had to kind of mechanically or with poison, control the population so they don't like skyrocket and we don't become a third world country. I don't want to go too insanely technical, but part of what has always made the American food source so dependable is that we have such good rodent control. Only 1 out of 22 of our tons of stored grains have traditionally been corrupted by rat activity. In the third world, it's 1 out of 3. That's why they have such food problems and starvation and so on and so forth. But now, in an effort to try and be more environmentalist, we've accidentally gone too far and stopped controlling our rats publicly. There's like the city of Los Angeles completely outlawed rodenticides in all public areas, for example. So what's happening is
Is it because are they not safe for like humans and pets? Is there a concern?
There was a concern. It's unfortunately been debunked, but with legislation, it's a very slow process that you can't just go back and say, oopsie mulligan, let's bring that back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we're at a point right now where we're really suffering those consequences. And in places like Stevenson Ranch, especially, it's not just legislation, it's also the architecture. Stevenson Ranch, they love their stucco siding and their tile roofs, and those curved tiles have all kinds of little spots that these rodents can get into. And they're actually an invasive imported rat from Asia called the roof rat, and they have nearly a prehensile tail, which means, I know these are
please,
terms.
I'm a 5-year-old. Talk to me.
You know how monkeys can grab things with their tails and swing?
Sure.
Like so can possums. They can hang. Okay. These rodents are so good at balancing and using their tails that they're nearly prehensile, meaning they can almost use them as like a fifth hand or a fifth leg, right? And so they're really good climbers, and they spend 90% of their time above ground. And so they get in all these attics. That's the problem, is they're getting into the attics of the actual houses themselves. They're getting into the sheds, and they breed like crazy. 6 to 8 babies every 6 to 8 weeks is the stats.
Okay.
So
wait a minute. So, what? Go back on that.
6 to 8 babies every 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay. This is not. I can't even.
It's like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, but with 4 legs. Dude.
Okay, I can't even. We only have about 2 minutes more time before I have to break, and then we go into a different show. But so let's stop here and just talk about any kind of problem you might have. Like, I mean, we honed in on the rats because that's like they give me the shakes. But you're talking fleas. That's an issue right now. Fleas in Santa Clarita.
A lot of these rodents in the wildlife populations that are skyrocketing, unfortunately, have other what we call vectors of disease, is the technical term, aka fleas on them that spread diseases.
Okay.
People don't realize it, but the Black Plague in Europe was not spread human to human, but via fleas that were generally carried by rats throughout Western Europe. Okay. So, it's become a big problem. And this year with the heat, because this has been a crazy summer.
Crazy.
Like it never let up. Usually we're a week on hot and then a week on not so hot.
Right.
And, it alternates like a checkerboard. But this year, just Mother Nature decided to just, her amps go to 11 on the heat this year.
Exactly. So that doesn't help the situation. But you can help the situation.
Oh, totally.
Tell me, we have just about 40 seconds left.
Okay.
Give me a website. Give me a phone number. Give me anything we need to know, because I can't do rats. I can't.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Okay.
Well, it's always best to call, and you can always talk to me. And our number's super easy to remember. It's just 661-BUG-7575. That's 284-7575. And if you're a DIYer that wants to try trapping these things first because you're hands-on, you can go to www.unipest.com, and I got a ton of training videos for DIYers that want to try and take care of the rats themselves.
That won't be me. That won't be me. When it comes to RATS, that's where I call you. Okay. So if I see that, that'll be my call. 6 seconds left. Give me that number again.
661-BUG-7575. That's 284-7575.
Thanks, Cardon.